getting with Arnie after LARGS. This was 3-1 win against Rye. Can you give us assessment, first of all, the Ardagh Cup campaign?
There's been plenty of positives, a couple of wee negatives, but I think over the piece it's been a decent performance phase in the section. Obviously we've had 3 draws, a win and a defeat. Defeat was obviously a terrible performance on the night, which we pointed that out. It wasn't good enough. But I think the draws against Kilwinning, we were 2-0 up. It's a game we could have won. Against Kilburnie was a game I thought we could have won as well. And against Beath, it was a great battle and performance to get the draw. We only had 11 players, so I mean that was fantastic. So the boys have done really well in the group. Maybe a couple of wee fine lines we might have went through if we could maybe cut out a couple of wee mistakes and stuff, but that's what this time of the season's for, to sort these things out just now and hopefully get into the league and learn from them.
Quite sparse the last couple of games in terms of the playing squad, obviously going into the league match. So that some of the fans are a bit concerned about that. What would you say about that?
We've had 5 or 6 injuries, Glenn's on holiday as well, so that's really been disappointing, but we still need to add another maybe 2 to the squad as well, which we're looking at just now. Seen Grant in the day, so we'll maybe have another look at him as well again. Thought he done alright, but he's a football player. You can see he wants to get in the ball and play, and the conditions today just weren't there to do that. But I thought he done well enough, so we'll just keep looking. We've got another couple of people waiting to get back to us as well, so the squad definitely needs strengthening, especially it just shows you once you get a few injuries. But then again, the midweek games will be starting now, so it'll be Saturday to Saturday, so hopefully we can get the boys back in and back to full squad.
Okay, quite a feisty match today. There was a couple of red cards, there was a lot of goals, chances, albeit the red cards were after bookable offences. What was your take in the game?
It was actually good that it was competitive, because you want to make the most of all the games. Obviously none of us could qualify, so people maybe think turn up and everybody takes it easy, but there was a wee edge to it, which was good. The sending offs, there was a decision on the line I disagreed with. Laurie shouldn't have kicked the ball away for his second booking, so I mean I've seen about 10 people kick the balls away in this section and no get booked for it, so sometimes it's just your luck whether the referee wants to do it or not. Sure. And their boy, I don't know, did a wee kick out, which was kind of silly as well. Gavin will be disappointed with that, I'm sure. So it was a good competitive match, but I wouldn't say it was a dirty match. And if you look at the red cards and yellow cards, I don't think that tells the story. So,
yeah, in terms of, let's say, some really good goals as well, though, you'll be happy with the goals.
There was some good goals. Matty's one at the end was good. Was it Lovey that got
the first one? He kind of killed it in, and it was Laurie that got the second before.
Laurie's was a good. I think it took a wee deflection, but it was a good move down the left-hand side. So there was good goals, and we had plenty of chances as well, which in another day I'm sure we'll take. So it was good that we were making the chances as well.
Absolutely. Let's say, looking over the Ardagh campaign, I mean, to obviously get the draw at the Scottish Cup Champions on Wednesday night was maybe one of the highlights, would you say?
Yeah, especially as I said, the circumstances. We only had 11 bodies, although I still didn't make the bench somehow. I don't know how that happened.
But Brian was on the score sheet as well, and that must have. I got the feeling that when he was up front against Beath, that he was wanting a goal just to show that he still had the Scottish Cup kind of instincts within him.
Brian still can play. He can play in any position. He was always like that, looking like as well. He played right back, centre mid. He played up front as well. So I mean, he's very adaptable where he can play. But,
last 2 games he's been up front. Is that still possible for coming games?
Well, obviously James wasn't there on Wednesday and so we just wanted to give James a wee run out later on today as well. So we gave Brian the chance to play up there again with Lovey, and just it's another option. But Brian's always another option in any position. It's good that we've got him, that he can still play.
That's right.
And he's still fit enough, and he's still as good as some of the boys out there. So so we will use him to our advantage.
And looking at it, let's say, I mean, the last few games as well, I mean, obviously the Kilburnie game as well, it's been, you could argue that there's been phases in the matches when we've been kind of up against it in a way, and that will maybe fill you with some spirit going into the league season, because every game's going to be a tough match really in this league. There's not going to be any easy games at all.
Yep.
So In terms of the LARGS, though, sometimes it's kind of one of these situations where you're not always going to have the ball in these matches. Are you still quite content that LARGS can break and speedily and still make chances when they can against the top opposition?
I think last season, especially at home, when teams came here, See you, Gav.
Hey, there you go. No bother. Cheers.
I think last year when teams came here, obviously when we were flying high, they gave us a bit more respect and let us have the ball a bit and kind of sat in, and at times we found it hard to break them down and we ended up with a couple of draws or maybe a 1-0 defeat here. So, but I think it'll be different this year. I think teams will come at us more when we're at home, and we'll fight our corner and we'll try and get forward and take our chances.
I mean, definitely judging from the Beef game and the Kilbunny game last week, I mean, we certainly had chances to win the game, but Kilbunny were always dangerous in the break, and that's I suppose even a situation when LARGS are in control. Sometimes in games you can never rest on your laurels at all, right up to the 90th.
Aye, that's it, and it's a big thing for the defence, and we still have got quite a young defence when Brian's not playing. They keep their concentration and they're focused even when we're getting chances to attack. Especially in this league we're going into, it's going to be a higher quality, and they're going to come at us, maybe break, and we've got to be disciplined and keep doing our jobs. Even when we are on top, maybe going forward, we can't switch off. We've got to focus for the full 90 minutes.
And how do you feel lastly about opening fixture away to Rob Roy?
Again, that's a tough one. All the fixtures are going to be tough, we know that, especially the away ones as well. And that's a really hard one away to Rob Roy, who started really well last year, and they were up the top half of the table. In fact, I think they were top of the league for a wee while for the first couple of months. So obviously they maybe get themselves fit pre-season and get a good run at it early doors. So we'll need to be at our best to play them.
Okay, that's great, Stuart. Thanks very much.